My name's Amanda Haig and I'm the author of Fix Your Future. Fix Your Future is my journey to transformation from domestic and narcissistic abuse, and we're going to be looking at chapter 6 today. Chapter 6 is really around where my partner, my abuser should I say, had left and he wasn't living in the family home anymore. And it was a time where I was being stalked. And this particular incident, which I'll start talking about, we'll unpack it afterwards. So we had a family dog who was a brindle Staffordshire Bull Terrier and the softest dog in the world. My friend round the corner would know exactly when he and I had argued, as the dog would run round to her house to escape, scratching on the door till she let him in. He just shook with fright when anyone shouted. I was walking into school one morning with my youngest son, who was around 7 years old at the time. I noticed my ex hanging around the corner at the local shop, which was halfway to school. He followed the three of us all the way to the school gates. I tied the dog up at the school gates and took my son into school. I came out to find the dog had gone. I was devastated, and even more devastated to have to tell my son, as it was his best friend. I knew how upset he would be when his best mate wasn't there to greet him after school. This must have been one of the most upsetting things to have to deal with, as my youngest son cried his heart out when I met him, and the first thing he did was, "Daddy has taken the dog, hasn't he?" The dog was my son's best friend, and he slept with his best friend every night. This was the first night he wasn't able to do that, and he was hurting. I don't know if he ever considered the damage he was doing to our son, as he refused to see his dad after that. So we're just unpacking that little bit. Now, for me personally, I was always for a long time looking over my shoulder, worrying where he may be. But for my son, that did so much damage to my son at the time. He didn't want to see his dad. He maybe didn't understand why his dad had taken his best friend. I don't think his dad had even considered the damage that he was doing. And it's all around revenge, how can they get revenge? And I don't think they even consider the consequences of what the outcome would be from that. So that's number 6, chapter 6.